very good evening, viewer. It's the 1st of October 2023 and you're most welcome to the NILEcast Weekly News Roundup only on WestNile Television, where we give you the highlights of the news bulletins of the week every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Ukumuringa Christine. Let's dive straight into the stories that made headlines throughout the week. Uganda National Examination Board (UNEB) kicked off the 2 days training for each examination center supervisors and chief invigilators, among others, to acquaint them with the new acts revised by UNEB in 2021 in a bid to mitigate rampant cases of examination malpractice ahead of the UCE and UACE examinations 2023. Alfred Jawok has more.
During the training held by the Secondary School Examination Center for Zombo District, Mr. Joel Karuhanga, the Portal and Entry Manager from Uganda National Examinations Board UNEB Secretariat, says the new guidelines will help to reduce cases of examination malpractices if implemented by each school sitting in for the examinations 2023. Karuhanga warned the school teachers, stakeholders against violating the stipulated guidelines set by UNEB and also urged them to establish challenges by supervisors, invigilators during examinations.
It has now become, it continues to be a menace, a malaise, whatever you can call it, examination malpractice. One wonders, is it something we now want, we have accepted and we want to live with? If it's not that we have decided to take it, and in our homes, there comes a time when you say this one now, you just choose this one. I will now live with this. I have accepted. I surrender. I have accepted. Is it the case? But if you say no, then why is it obtaining the present day? If you say no, do I read that to imply that you don't want it? Does your no mean that you don't want it? Huh? So if me and you, we don't want it to go on, we don't want to live with it, then why is it remain? Who is keeping it in our house?
Raphael Ongom, the center supervisor Zombo District, appealed to UNEB officials to portray professional discipline to achieve and increase awareness on examination malpractices. According to Ngom, Zombo District has 11 examination centers with the 4 stations, but only 4 centers are in attendance for the training.
4 stations. By the police station, we have Holy Family Station, that is of Nyapea. We have Jangukoro Station. We have Zeu Police Station, and we have Wara Police Station. Actually, we have 5 stations. And from these 5 stations, we have 11 schools that are going to undertake examinations. One starting with Paida Secondary School, Pakada Seed Secondary School, Orengi SS, Charity College, St. Aloysius College, Nyapea, Jangukoro Seed Secondary School, Zeu Secondary School, Negrini Secondary School, War Girls College, Aluka SS, and Atiaksi SS. So these are 11 schools. The schools that have so far reported here are 9.
The forthcoming UNEB examinations will commence in October with Uganda Certificate of Education UCE, followed by Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education UACE, among others. The ongoing training is under the theme Integrity and Security in the Management of Examinations is a Joint Responsibility. Alfred Jawok, WestNile TV, NILEcast.
And moving on to Moyo District, during the Silver Jubilee celebration of Father Isaac Kiaka in Metu Parish, Moyo District, Christians have been urged to strive to be self-reliant and develop their churches. This remark was made by the chief guest, Right Reverend Sabino Chano Doki, the Bishop Ordinary of Arua Diocese. As
Christians in Madisab region urged to strive to be self-reliant and develop their churches. This remarks was made by the Ordinary Bishop of Arua Diocese, Right Reverend Sabino Chano Doki, during the Silver Jubilee celebration of Father Isaac Kiaka in Metu Parish, Moyo District. Bishop Sabino Chano Doki, who was the chief guest, implored the Christians to take up the challenge of being independent and focus on building more churches in Madisab region, saying, "A lot has changed in the world and it's now time for Africa to develop."
You know, today a lot depends on us, the Christians. Not so much from out. From out we get something, but very little. And every year it is going down. So it is high time now we wake up to do things for ourselves. That is now the way to go. For me, I traveled also out a lot. I have seen how things have changed. We in Africa have to take up our church very seriously. Our time has come. Time for Africa has come to be even missionaries. Some of you have talked of vocations already, but I want all of us to be missionaries. Ordained missionaries, consecrated missionaries, lay missionaries, especially the apostolic movements. We need them to grow, to be also missionary, to promote the work of Christ. So here in your parish, you are doing very well in terms of development. I can even call you a model parish now.
Honorable Thomas, the area member of Parliament, West Moyo County, urged all the people to embrace Christianity so as to help shape the national norms in the society.
May we all embrace religiosity. May we all embrace Christianity. May we embrace spirituality, which will make us become disciplined. And once we become disciplined, it will make us embrace the 10 ethical values of Uganda. Which are these 10 ethical values of Uganda, which are supposed to be brought about by discipline and religiosity and Christianity? Honesty, civil servants, religious leaders, opinion leaders, cultural leaders, all of us. Honesty, love, integrity, teamwork, harmony, forgiveness, reconciliation, transparency, accountability, dialogue, patriotism, coexistence for socio-economic development of Mali, sub-region, as well as Uganda.
Honorable CJB Sam, the district councillor Meto, who also doubles as the secretary for finance and production, Moyo district, reminded the parents to send their children to school so that the children can join the priesthood vocation.
I would like to appeal to parents to send their children to join this vocation. It is not a very easy vocation. It really helps us in our lives. Without God, we cannot do much. We are existing because of God. Life is given by the God. It is very important that we do the work of God in different ways. But now that we are advocating for more parishes in Moyo and Achumani Vicariate is also aspiring for a diocese. A diocese requires more numbers of priests. Without this, the bishop will not be able to create more parishes or sub-parishes. Please send your children to school, continue guiding them as you send them to school so that they will laugh. Also, I want to appeal to the Bishop of Arua Diocese to also think of decentralizing ordinations in the parishes. That will inspire the young one to join the vocation.
Honorable Anyama Williams, the local council 5 chairman, Moyo district, thanked Father Isaac Kiaka for the lovely homily based on love and service, and therefore urged all the leaders to embrace the roles they have with the heart of love and service.
We should not express our titles, but love does not live to titles. Titles are there, they are positions, but the love of God surpasses the earthly titles that we hold. So we should continue to be in love, we should continue to be in peace, and we should at most serve God and serve humanity. So I found his preaching very inspiring and very enriching.
Father Isaac Kiaka, who is celebrating his silver jubilee in priesthood, lauded all the Christians for their constant support and contribution in his priestly life, saying he cannot thank the people enough but will continue to remember them in prayers.
Kimendre yaran rakasa le mansopa ditori pamatikare mama celesta di matani beru ba di dane sa di bangane laka kian yote tureni aisa mutsuchita anso ko aichi tareteri disi ali balufodia disi manso ayo posi ali pamatikare ali bamimikaila disiri aiba mimika bangani le kasiri disimanzo ayopos kimanzo mambonzi matunzi toba utiarisa ayoposi betesi chandika eleni lukua mosesi pariteta asichikos manzo ayoposi manzo katerani pe kira rimani era legisi utuchikos manzo ayoposi.
Thousands of Christians, politicians, cultural, civil leaders, and the public yesterday gathered at Meto Catholic Parish to celebrate the Silver Jubilee of Father Isaac Kiaka with the theme To Love and Serve. Father Isaac Kiaka, a born of Meto Gweremondi village in Moyo district, was ordained as a priest in 1998 under the Society of Jesus congregation, commonly known as the Jesuit. Has served in different capacities within the country and beyond, but is currently serving as the Tertian instructor in Zinkwazi Beach in Dublin, South Africa. I'm Dominic Antonio Kumu for WestNile TV, Nilecast.
In Zombo District, residents of Zombo District have expressed concerns over the increasing cases of road accidents registered in the district. The concern was made after an incident where 40 people out of 54 people got injured in an accident as a Fuso lorry with the registration number UBL 899G overturned on the way from Paida to Zeo Market. Alfred Jawok has more.
According to the reports obtained from Paida Central Police Station indicate that at least 5 cases of accident were registered in the month of September 2023. This follows an accident this morning at Nyagag Bridge in Uyayo Village, Nyapea Sub-County, Zombo District, where a Fuso lorry registration number UBL 899G overturned with over 54 vendors from Paida to Zeo Market. Fred Atenyi, 36 years, one of the victims, told this reporter that he realized when their vehicle was down at Nyagag Bridge. He attributes the accident to recklessness of the driver who miscalculated the hill with the heavy gear. He appealed to police in Zombo District to take the lead in sensitizing the drivers on dangers and causes of accidents so that the vice is mitigated.
Then we were coming, the man failed to change the gear here. He changed in the middle, where the middle of the road, up there, where he changed the gear, number 1, and the gear failed to enter. Then we came in reverse. First we jumped, but the others who did not manage to jump, they went with the vehicle down.
Meanwhile, Emmanuel Oketi, another victim, says out of 56 passengers on board, 40 were rushed to Holy Family Hospital Nyapea for treatment, while others sustained minor injuries.
John my driver ne tio pa wabeka bino de maber murkar de pongo wabeka wotu maber wabeka to nyaga ka dong driver any reba otimu mistake sama be ido gote be dare bino go gia number yo dong karo ma ke log gia eduogi number shell murkar ga mo jayo ga mo do chaka duogi advance eni remo nyayo pe ko ket murkari po du dano wangu ret male eni bedu mistake motimre bedu pare mistake bedu bad driver ngati moko de pe murkari ti maleng lembe zo bedu pare maber size ba ten mo ye de bedu pare maleng ndu pe ko kende bedu driver re mutiyo murkari marash eni lemo bedu ti mo nyayo ret bedu eni.
In the meantime, Dr. Jami Omara, the medical director Holy Family Hospital Nyapeya, confirmed that he received a phone call about the incident and the victims are admitted as steadily improving.
Around 9:08 a.m. I received an urgent call from the district engineer informing me about an accident that took place at Nyaga and that we should expect a mass casualty. Indeed, the patients were brought in. I think the casualties are about 40 in number. And we mobilized our team, the doctors, the nurses, the clinicians, and everybody who could give a hand. And together we have been able to so far attend and stabilize all these patients. As we talk now, we have one who is undergoing an operation because had a ruptured spleen, and we have about 5 people with the fractures. The rest, there are 2 people with head injury, and the rest have minor soft tissue injuries. So far, all the members are stable. We have not yet got any mortality, that's a death. But we are working round the clock to ensure that they are okay. I want to thank the bystanders who were able to rescue these people. I saw a team from Maristops bringing in the mothers.
Efforts to get comments from Zombo Traffic Police Officer Ja Iglot was futile at the time of filing this story, as traffic police officers were engaged in writing statements from some victims of the accident. Alfred Jawok, WestNile TV, Nilecast.
Moving on to Pakwach District, hundreds of people living in villages in Pakwach Town Council have been left homeless after the heavy rains destroyed houses and crops. The affected victims are seeking for Government of Uganda's intervention to relocate the families and provide aid to the displaced members in the community. Stanley Watum has more.
Hundreds of people living in Pakwach Town Council have been left homeless after heavy rain destroyed their houses and crops. The downpour happened around 2 a.m. on Sunday, leaving most residents of Nyakatita A and Wangle A villages in worrying state of how to start. P.S. Neima, a resident of Nyakatita A village, asked the government to come to their rescue since they have nowhere to go.
P.S. Neima. Then came a village Mamina Katita, P. Opong, Iwamana Woro, Moment Nick, one maker. While tell animal looking on a mega P upon with the Niconatina para on. Madame Quani government take it to a Yoko, one crazy Macurity, carry to pain, a police and a kid of Kenam, get me one, who pay the Torca Lara, the Torca will on Cobo, remove the Torca Cobo, get me one Cobo.
Deborah Mary Mashlade, another resident of Nyakatita village, asked the government to find a place where they can relocate them for the meantime.
I'm not yet Deborah Mary Mashlade. At a village, Minyakatita A. The war Miss our Bero, or point my people, give me more than what you put in people on the level, my weird and Katoyua. The look at Wamio, the government and Yakobinola, village Mamma.
Oyen Bod Justina, a 68-year-old resident of Wangle A village, who is also a victim, cries for help from the government as her only house has been demolished by the rain.
I'm a copy of the Sabura. I'm a color of the team. I pay a little tone. Young we have been walking. I'm going to pay for what the most. I remember we walk and I go to my office. I'm a good year. yo an ayofan nchoka nite afiga yoki so kawoni gina kwa iba ganende apeko bar muku dimi ira mkonya.
Tumito Charles, the LC1 chairperson Nyakatita A village, called for immediate response from the government, saying if this is not handled very fast, it will likely give free breathing space for mosquitoes that will definitely result into outbreak of malaria.
Dano chicheke ma gitie kani winjwa machalo pa government nya umiero ginen ko wang matek pini konyowa pien ka gikonyowa ngo dano obechito pi upong yua area mashubu kelua pego pa obir malaria shubu makwa dano.
Inaga Benjamin, the councillor Pufungu East, as well as the government will relocate the people since they currently have nowhere to stay.
Now we appeal to our leaders in Pakwach Town Council, Pakwach District, and even Uganda at large that these people should be reallocated because currently they have nothing to do. They are just displaced.
Eserupold RDC Pakwach said, as government, their response to access the place was to see how they can relocate the affected persons.
Last night there was too much rain. Unfortunately, our people here in one way were affected by the rain, the heavy rain.
It should be noted that this is not the first time the town council is experiencing such calamity. Stanley Makaswatum, WestNile Tv, Nilecast.
In Arua District, sharp residents and government officials from both Arua District and Arua City generated a sharp misunderstanding on who should take responsibility of maintaining the 2-kilometer Anyiva Road, which is a community access road starting from the main road at Ewata in Arua District. The community members came up with a resolution to block the Arua City garbage truck from going to dump garbage at the city compost site, which is located along the road in Ewata village, Eruba Parish, Vura Sub-County, Vura constituency in Arua District, since the Arua City officials have failed to fulfill their social corporate responsibility. Osuta Yusuf has more.
The locals and government officials from both Arua District and Arua City have on Monday this week generated a sharp misunderstanding on who should take responsibility of maintaining 2-kilometer Anyiva Road, which is a community access road starting from the main road at Ewata, and the same road also acts as a shortcut to Islamic University in Uganda and Arua City. During a meeting held on 23rd September this year, the community members came up with a resolution that has since blocked the Arua City garbage truck from going to dump garbage at the city compost site, which is located along the road in Ewata village, Eruba Parish in Vura Sub-County, Vura constituency in Arua District. Apollo Ashule, a resident of Ewata village, says the first meeting held on Saturday last week was deliberately boycotted by invited leaders and pinned the Arua City authorities for failing on their social cooperative responsibilities.
I think I'm very, very happy for this second meeting because the first one we had it here on Saturday, which all the leaders boycotted intentionally. And it is until when the community passed the resolution that's when now leaders have turned up for this meeting. And I think as our chairman project has communicated, whatever the community has passed will remain. We shall not change it until this road is what? Is graded. The city has failed to do is, first of all, there is no tangible or intangible corporate responsibility. Corporate social responsibility that the city can show us that they are doing to the community.
A man only identified as Ali Kulfan, who was once a witness when the land was being sold for the compost site to Arua City. Ali Kulfan says during the purchase of the land, there was a memorandum of understanding that was drafted and signed, in which by then Arua Municipal, now Arua City, agreed to take responsibility of maintaining the road that leads to the compost site.
Municipality janda ngapudi Arua City niyo city libini apa Arua City niyo apa district for district niyo madri uzi angorini adidri municipality fence angori suri diati asi kini amanganjela diri yinga imanjela di mentini ipadu fair midri adi school motukari mibla diri kasio ni pere sarsi imicho sitirugo imbo amazar sira
Mzee
akate afa samu nyakwe ni suye political leader amate bakase samu nyakwe bera
alimitiko Mzee alimitiko
so emichi amaku we are all amadi
Mzee alimitiko.
Ivo Division Town Clerk Emmanuel Angudubo, who represented the City Clerk Paul Batanda, says ever since the creation of Arua Municipal in city in 2020, they haven't received equipments like caterpillars, graders and bulldozers to construct or maintain roads. On behalf of Arua City, the town clerk Angudubo pledged to embark on maintaining the roads.
Arua City neighbor Mirido financial year ili alifiri kalidi alo kalidi risibo pere dozo financial year asi itazo andro amavaro city road equipment nosku road maintenance equipment amavuyo Arua City second nzela amavo gogo Arua City ya kilomita gogo Torwaze amadilia ima maintenance amani Arua City rumba kweli because road equipment ya duruyo amavu government ni musiti ni fomubo Arua district ni murinze Arua City council asebo amavu machine tebanele by maintaining giriniri kiyo. Maram is a very costly venture. Ale da lo minale mu ale me committee yazi ma amanto ga yende Scotland Maria kodendre ako. Iyo ma me committee di okore amanganzila de fara. Adenge mara mudri pale mtu kiba tiniba ani aka mudia se mu yo town clerk mu anda de wanza mane nzode ale mane nzoda nzeko ale kama ni yo banzla de fari ile ngaba mini tiniba.
However, the district deputy RDC Ham Ezama Mezamil, who is a resident of a water village, dismissed the town clerk's statement as false, affirming that the road equipment of Arua district were hired by Arua City a week ago and promised together with the community members to mobilize money for maintaining this road.
In the Arua district, by machines here, Arua City lady. Adoke Marigaku, they are with you. Ale machine miru baba zingapi mi hire Arua district gara ke magic bam ke rede. Bam ki bele zidi de. Inira ama video di follow pere mu chairman ojo chairman. Grave mi ne di mo problem o de ara. Asko Arua district do asiva machine kitu. Arua 6 district the machine fe district as in by higher senders and then it is bring revenue to the district. Teba mivu leki machine si giri mivu akwari kidazo minga machine fe ba zino ko mi bala mivu kwari danje. Have you seen that thing? Caterpillar by how do you share check? If it is for private whatever, it is 800 to 1 million per day. Put the German agree do be around the 2 million. I'm a few years bada. I'm a good mamanga dera. Tijo man learn like I degree debo. Politician came here. I'm a plan lezo I physical politics galaxy. That's why we left it. We have capacity to do this real. Like in your money, EDR. Chairman of our town clerk, we are going to give you 1 week. I'm a tractor afa morkariki lauke adera. Keli disira. Ama wiki alola alu iri ina denro andro kondro giridiri deko azizingarudi diku.
Some of the resolution passed include stopping any garbage truck and tricycle known as Raksas from dumping garbage at the site until the road is maintained. Community members fundraise money to maintain the road. Garbage compost site to be relocated over city's authorities' failures on their responsibilities, and the residents of Arua district to take Arua city to court. Peace Oshaki, Osoto Yusuf, WestNile TV, Nilecast.
Moving on to Tarago District, administrators of 3 schools in Tarago District have come under attack as business proprietors that supplied learning materials to the schools, as well as those that lent funds to assist the schools. This comes at a time as the school went more than 1 year without receiving capitation grants from the government. Frederick Jamaji reports.
3 government-aided primary schools in Terego district are limping in bad debts after the institutions failed to receive capitation grants from the central government for close to 2 years. The capitation grant is a financial assistance extended by government of Uganda under the universal education policy to finance the purchase of textbooks and other teaching and learning materials, as well as caters for school maintenance, administration costs and payment of utilities including water and electricity. The schools that lie along the borderline between Terego and Madiokolo districts include Ochia Primary School in Uriama Sub-County, Odobu and Ariwa Primary Schools, all in Ulubi Sub-County, which stopped benefiting from the government's support since July 2022. Now the administrators are receiving threats from the suppliers of scholastic materials and other service providers. Justin Yakumu, the deputy head teacher, Ariwa Primary School, explains that the situation is turning worse as the school cannot run any co-curricular activity, depriving the learners' rights.
We are only relying on the PTA fund. The little we collect from learners and then encouraging these parents just to pay the little 2,000 per term. That is the only money we are using here. As I talk, the school is surrounded by debts. Of recent, we lost a pupil. We had also to borrow. We had to borrow in order to conduct the burial because that is our land. We couldn't just abandon him like that. Yeah, so the school is surrounded by debts. If we sum up, it is over 5 million now.
Currently, the schools have dilapidated structures, especially the sanitary facilities, while the toilets are full. Some of them have bushy compounds that cannot be slashed despite the presence of human beings in these schools. Currently, the registered number of learners at Ariwa Primary School stands at 1,683. Akumu explains that they have been relying on selling the available school chalks while they have nothing to sell anymore since they have sold all those to help prolong the school life.
So it forced us to at least get one carton of chalk to sell to the private school nearby. We have really suffered, and right now we are stressed. We have debts, we don't even have marker pens right now. Teachers, we are just encouraging them now to draw. If it is diagram, they have to draw on the chalkboard.
Meanwhile, at Ochia Primary School that has 3,193 learners, the situation is not any different from Odobu and the Ariwa Primary Schools that are experiencing deaths and scares from unknown persons. Sadugo Francis is the deputy head teacher.
Teachers who were helping us, sometimes they put money in their pocket, and then also some few parents who also, after seeing the school is now in a miserable state, they help us by giving some small bits so as to facilitate the school. Activities which were cut off, one of them happens to be ball game, whereby we do not participate. And then secondly, having athletics, also we do not participate. Then thirdly, the scouting, alpine and scout, we do not participate because of the time they were not there. We do not participate.
Terego and Madiokolo districts have been in a long-term conflict over the district boundaries brought by the presence of the refugees and other social services that are rendered to the refugees by the implementing partners. Terego Resident District Commissioner Festus Aikobua blames Ministry of Education and Ministry of Finance over the confusion that has been centered around the institutions. According to Aikobua, they have started meetings with their counterparts in Madiokolo district to have a long-lasting solution to ensure that the institutions start receiving their capitation grants to run them.
Because I don't believe that even it is because of the border issues that these things were affected, but I think personally to me the mistake was done from the ministry, because none of the two districts here works in the ministry to that the truth of the matter is we have realized Madiokolo says he has the money for the 3 schools, which was around more than 90 million. And this money was there and it is still there with Madiokolo district. And the cow Madi was really so also passionate to say no, he was also feeling the pain. That now the money is given and the services are collapsing in the 3 schools. So we had agreed with them that we need to take really a step to see how this money should be remitted.
Government of Uganda pays 14,000 Ugandan shillings per child in a primary school per year, while 170,000 Ugandan shillings per learner is paid for those in lower secondary, while 255,000 per learner per year is paid for those in upper secondary schools that are under government aiding. Although the schools are lying along the borderline between Terego and Mariokolo districts, they were receiving capitation grants through Terego district local government that deploys the staff and pays them. However, the reasons behind the shift of the funds to Mariokolo district accounts is not yet clear. Frederick Ramadri, WestNile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories. In Gulu, the hard-to-reach district in northern Uganda is urging the government of Uganda to put special consideration on resource allocation while developing the national budget for the financial year 2024-2025. Most of the local governments want the government to consider increasing the budget on education, health, water and sanitation, and road networks. Stephen Okello reports.
Inclusions of district leaders in Acholi and Karamaja region is now being felt at the initiation stage of planning for the financial year 2024-2025 in the national budget.
For a couple of years in the national budget, as far as communities that are living in the stretch of 165 kilometers, which is bordering the Republic of South Sudan, there has been a lot of untold suffering because of government failing to budget for border demarcation, because we are aware that service delivery is being hampered by this kind of engagement. And for the last 2 months, I've lost like 12 people because of the actions of our brothers from the Republic of South Sudan.
According to Osborne Ocheng, the uncertainty of the international border demarcation is affecting both service delivery and security of Ugandans living along the borderline, especially in Lamour district.
And my coming here is to send in my voice that the budget for border demarcation, it should be a must. You know, we are not going to mince words in this, because we also need community who are living along the borders to also prosper and know exactly where they live. And also Uganda People's Defense Forces, constitutionally, they are supposed to protect our territorial integrity from any external aggressions. But they don't know where to deploy. Because where do you deploy when you exactly don't know where your border ends and where it stops?
James Nabinson Kidega, the resident district commissioner, Agago district, says government should consider enhancing the budget for water supply to district like Agago, which is covered by rock.
The new system must also be brought. System of getting pump, looking at nearby and pump water to the tanks and the health center can use. I think that will be also now in this new planning, this new budget. They should be putting on those budget line on pump, so that water is pumped and put in the tank and they can preserve. They also tank for preservation. This water from the rain, they should also preserve.
Topped among the issue raised to Paul Mwanga, the Commissioners, Infrastructures and Social Services in the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, the disparity in the salary scale between the scientists and the artists is affecting service delivery because many government officers are not performing as expected of them in their various offices.
For those cadres that had mistakenly been allotted salaries for scientists, and this anomaly was found, whether it was right to reinstate them to the lower salaries, and this has been explained that as long as the salary award was illegal, they have to be reinstated back to their requisite salaries.
However, George Otor from Civil Society Advocacy Group placed before government some of the key challenges that have affected the service delivery in the last financial year.
Some of the key concerns that I raised, one of them was insecurity in the districts of Magago, Kitgum, Bim, and some of the districts in Tesuk and then also in This has budget implications. One is that it reduces production and productivity because people are very insecure. Access to services like health, education is also interfered with, not only in this region but also in the region of Karamoja. So I recommend, and we recommend, that the government should implement the Karamoja Integrated Development Plan 3 effectively, together with development partners.
These leaders believe that, considering what they have raised to the commissioner in the next financial year budget, the community will be at peace. Stephen Okello for WestNile Television, Nile Cast.
Moving on to the district of Maracha, residents of Maracha district received a 3.6 billion shilling pipe water and supply sanitation facilities from Water Supply and Sanitation in Refugee Hosting Communities in Northern Uganda, commissioned by the State Minister for Water and Environment, Honorable Sekandi Aisha, in a bid to provide access to clean water for the community. Osuta Yusuf has more.
The residents of Maracha constituency were thrown into joyous mood when officials from Water Supply and Sanitation in refugee hosting communities in northern Uganda, supporting partners, Maracha district local government officials and community representatives witnessed State Minister for Water and Environment, Honorable Sekindi Aisha, commissioned 3.6 billion shillings Okokoro piped water supply and sanitation facilities in Maracha district. The project, which was funded by the government of Uganda with support from the German government through KfW, was worked upon by Redis Borehole Technical Services and MS via International Engineering Consulting as the consultant. The LC1 chairperson of Po Village, Lamila Parish, Okokoro Town Council, Nelson Adrico Amandua, thanked the people of Po clan for being cooperative, as he is optimistic that the water project will improve the lives of people through the reduction of waterborne diseases.
I just want to appreciate the community members of Po, Greater Po, to have appreciated this project to happen in their area. If they would be hostile, this project could have not been done here. Since they are good people and God-fearing in nature, so this project has been here. Therefore, we, the community members of Po, you are highly appreciated for what you have done to this project. I'm seeing in future we shall have no waterborne diseases, because we are now taking, or we are drinking clean and safe water. Our health may be good, and we need to appreciate it.
Honorable Gilbert Mungoshoni stated that the few sources of water in Okokoro Town Council had become points of violence among people who fetch water.
Prior to this scheme, the Town Council was water stressed, relying on few surface point water sources, mainly seasonal springs, which could not adequately serve the ever-growing population. The few water sources had become sources of conflict due to long hours spent at the sources and the scramble for priority. Similarly, the disease burden on the population was very high due to consumption of unsafe water, leading to conditions such as diarrhea, typhoid, among other conditions. I am quite convinced that this will be history with the construction of the new pipe water scheme.
Lowe David, the head of Cooperation Embassy of the Republic of Germany, says the government of Germany considered this project as key because of Uganda's positive response to hosting refugees, adding that access to safe water source and clean environment is everyone's right.
Our cooperation partnership, the cooperation partnership between the German government and the Ugandan government. And first reason that I would like to highlight is that we are in a refugee hosting area here, and helping tackle the challenges that come along with being Uganda, being Africa's largest host of refugees is key for us. And we're tackling the effects of forced migration, of displacement. That is a big challenge. It is a global challenge. It's a challenge to humanity. And the German government is ready to support here. And maybe, as you know, Germany itself is also amongst the largest refugee hosting countries in the world. So most recently, we admitted refugees from the war on Ukraine. So it's also very much against that that we consider it a key to support our partner countries tackling the challenges that they face in their refugee responses. Access to safe water, access to sanitation infrastructure, access to waste management, that is, very simply spoken, it is a human right, and everyone should have access to it.
Meanwhile, Marasha constituency MP Honorable Dennis Oguzuli thanked the development partners for supporting Uganda, as he acknowledges this project has been the biggest executed in his life in this area, as there was high cooperation among the various stakeholders.
I therefore want to thank our development partners for supporting the government of Uganda and the people of Uganda. I think this is the kind of collaboration we need, which is built on mutual respect and the needs and aspirations of the people. There are so many funds this country receives. Some are intended to promote things that may not necessarily be in our interest. But what you've done here perfectly fits into our long-held aspiration. I must also announce that this has been one of the best projects ever executed in my life. It was collaboratively executed. All the social and environmental issues were addressed. I don't know what we can hold all the stakeholders responsible for. I've been looking for those faults everywhere. I've found them now, and our technical people, I believe, have been able to satisfy.
Peace Oshaki, Osuta Yusuf, WestNile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories, the State Minister for Northern Uganda, Honorable Kuyochin Grace Freedom, has commissioned a market worth 416 million shillings in Bala Town in Kole District. According to the locals, Bala Market will offer a conducive business environment to both local farmers and market vendors, given its proximity to Lira City. Stephen Okello from Gulu reports.
The Minister of State for Northern Uganda, who was joined by a representative from Dino, was ushered in to Bala Market in Bala Town Council by district leaders of Kole District.
Commissioned Bala Market on behalf of government, supported by EU and UNCDF for God and my country.
Kuyuchwin, who was welcomed with joy as vendors hululate while witnessing the minister officially commissioning the market, where they are already putting to use before commissioning.
Bala Market is commissioned by the Minister of Local Government in partnership with Minister of Northern Uganda. I am here. I'm the UNCDF head of office in Uganda. Dimitri is there.
While addressing the local community during commissioning, the Minister of State for Northern Uganda, Grace Freedom Kuyuchwin, said when utilized well, the market will be the major supply of raw materials for Lira, the agro-processing city.
And I can tell you, like you know, Lira City has over 47 agro-processing facilities here. Actually, it is the highest city with agro-processing cottage industries in northern Uganda. So you are really blessed that what you produce here, what you market here, you can transfer to Lira City so that it is processed and added value.
Andrew Mojes Awany, Kwale District Chairman, says the market has created employment opportunities for a number of focused youth and women, which is going a long way in addressing several social problems, including domestic violence.
As I said, it's one of the projects, and I'm happy to hear from your leaders that it is already generated change in people's lives and their livelihoods. And it is important to remember.
UN Capital Development Fund 8 Office representative expressed his gratitude to Kwale District officials after bringing to his attention that the market is meeting its core mandate, which is providing decent platform for income generations of women and youth in Bala Town Council.
Revenue capacity of the market has improved by over 25%.
Bala Market is currently linking local farmers to other bigger markets in Lira City, South Sudan, Busia, Kampala and West Nile. This has enhanced their sales and increased their income. Stephen Okelo for WestNile Television, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories, angry residents of Ovujo Town Council and Olufe Sub-County in Maracha District, in Maracha constituency, constructed Ewa Bridge that links the two sub-counties and also connects up to the Democratic Republic of Congo's border. Osuta Yusuf has more.
The people of Ovujo Town Council and Olufe Sub-County in Maracha constituency, Maracha District, on Tuesday, 26 September this year, conducted a joint activity to construct a bridge that links the two sub-counties and connects up to the border of Democratic Republic of Congo. The residents, who blamed the concerned authorities for abandoning them by not building the bridge, said the bridge has so far killed 3 people and over 20 people survived drowning during flooding in the past. Female councillor for Monroe Parish in Olufe Sub-County, Afekuru Flores, expressed her disappointment with some of the elected leaders whom she accused of abandoning them after winning elections. She vowed to stop participating in elections and voting if this is how they will continue to be marginalized.
Girkoki kilia bati ni ndliko koko tia mavu wari ika usiare yoni zeni amadira mi kavini yoni ikavini ge yere mi twe ga kini amovu ni government mabaku kan kwa mama ni bazi juroni kadi chobe munyaleru inju benga bere di matambara igame yodwa ndi kwa diosi aya angudi maadia misu aza koma te ya mani oduko ni fedele retaku kani ba mani te ye tini pe oduko nde mata dale jiki kuya kani ba ma do ria do ada sa mangudi ma dia sidi anya pale ama girko yo ama bridge yo mini nedi azu njonji kare ama vu village dia motkazi fipi dia te ye mu amani azu rudu neri yo girko te bele kilili yimu ba azu rudu neri bele te girko ni der kurosi badi force yazi yo betu aguleri ri ogodi bali garsi baji pero ofujwa ere tandiro te vote amavudia ama vote be ba ni avasi kemu amavudia ama tandi amani su bridge disi girko di sirme yo nze yini eyini anga vote obezo bebere yidu serious skile yimo zinga dunele te kai ni ma gabo edima dale opimanyara dale bega de yo amavule dole di madreko amabele amani tandi nya girko di mayos sana girko
Sam Enima, the else-one chairperson of Ogbosel, says poor state of the bridge makes it impossible for children to access schools.
This bridge is most used by nursery students. Always they are taking them by motorcycle. When this bridge is spoiled, the journey for the children to go to school is now complicated. That's why we organize for it.
Ovujo Central Ward Councillor from Ovujo Town Council, Castor Buni, who acknowledged the support they received from the woman MP, Honorable Diwaru Jennifer, noted that together with his fellow councillors, he has ever raised the issue of the bridge in the council, but no to be tangible, feedback has been seen.
It has been a long time where we have been suffering from, where the bridge has been broken down. This is now the third time. So it is the local community who contributed a lot, who has given poles, even nails, and there are some people who are helping the community. So this is how we have been organizing the communal work. Otherwise we call it communal work, because we have ever been reported to our leaders. They have not responded. So that's why we have organized our local people to come and help to construct the wooden bridge here. We have received support from our woman MP, who has given us this off-cuts, nails, and some funds to help the local community. We have ever been reporting the council about not only this bridge, there are various bridges, so they could not respond. The response is that there is no fund, there is no money. Even as I talk now, we have been giving them contribution sheets to help us. So the attitude is negative. They have not responded us positively.
Peace Oshaki, Osuta Yusuf, WestNile TV, Nilecast.
And that, viewer, marks the end of the Nilecast on WestNile Television. Thank you, viewers, for always being with us from the beginning of the Nilecast to the end of the Nilecast on your WestNile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Ukumaringa Christine. Have a good evening.